So basically, this is going to be day one of me trying to document myself towards myself achieving financial freedom. The reason why I want financial freedom more than anything else is because I feel like I am being suffocated. Every time I want to go to a place with my friends, or do this with my friends, or experience this new thing, or try out that new thing, every single time the restriction is money. And if I were to have that money, which is a currency of energy, I don't see it as something that you should keep, hold, and just store in your bank accounts. It's something that has to be used in order to create bigger value, and something that you should use to invest into a bigger vision. And because I don't have that right now, because I'm a student, I'm still young, I'm broke, and basically relying on my parents' money, a lot of my actions are restricted because of that, and that is why I want financial freedom more than anything else, and that is why I really want to achieve it, and I will be achieving it. And this is my documentation towards achieving financial freedom, and it is day one. So what I plan to do is that right now AI is a huge opportunity. If I don't jump into AI right now, in 10 years time, I am going to be regretting so bad on why I didn't join in on AI and why I didn't take the chance to join AI, because it's such a big opportunity. I see the opportunity when other people don't. And a lot of people online are spreading the idea of how much opportunity AI can bring. And I do agree on them with that. Some people say it's a risk. Some people say that it's stupid. Some people say it's not worth the try. But I see the vision in that, and I believe in that. So because I am willing to take that risk, I know if my risk taking, like my decision is correct, in the end, it's going to be rewarded at a massive amount. And that is why I decide to go in all in AI right now. I am not a builder. I do not enjoy building things or software or being an engineer. And I enjoy communications. My personality is very outgoing. I love talking to people, meeting new people, discussing things, bringing them value, talking about deep things, and just being able to provide some kind of value to the other person. And that is why I decided to go into sales, AI consulting, and I think that is my way. So how this is going to work is basically I am going to be selling AI automation systems to people that need them, and it is going to be a win-win. It's not that I'm going to scam the other person, try to give me so that they give me a large sum of money. I am going to be able to provide them a value that is much more greater than the money or the cost they are giving to me. So how this is going to work is I already have found builders, several of them, a lot of them who are super extremely skilled, who have experience in this field and are willing to build things, AI automation systems, and they see the opportunity like I do. So what I will do is basically I will partner with those builders, and I will handle the front end of that business of contacting clients, explaining the model to them, and selling them on the idea of how that kind of system is going to bring them value. And what I will do is I will go back and forth with the client, discuss what they want, give them an audit of their business and how they could be implementing AI into their business. And they will basically be telling me that they would like to buy that automation system, and I will get back to the builder, tell them, oh, this client needed this and this and this. Can you build this and this and this so that it works in this and this and this way? And they will build the thing, and the automation will work. And we will implement that into the business, and the business will be able to have that running for them, and that system will bring them more value than the value that they have given us, which is the money. And if I were to be able to sign clients so the last builder I've talked with, he basically charges 1,400 euros, 1,500 euros, 500 euros per project. So in USD, that would be 1,738 USD. So I will be basically charging clients per automation. For the build, it's going to be around like 2.5k, and I'll be profiting like $700 from each sell that I make. And if I were to be able to, so $700, if I were to be able to get 700 USD times, if I were to just get 10 clients per month, that would be $7,000K, and $7,000K times 12 months is $84K. So basically, I'd be able to make the salary of a 9-to-5 worker that is just starting out in today's society. So to get 10 clients a month, I would have to be signing one client every 3 days. And for that, say I make 6 meaningful calls every single day. Some people make like 100, 200 cold calls, but I don't think that is very effective, because they're basically just calling someone up saying, hey, I'm selling this, would you like to buy it? And then they say no, and then they move on to the next person. They don't try to persuade. They don't really put an effort to trying to acquire that client and selling them on the idea. What I intend to do is I really want to talk deep to a couple of clients and really sell them on the idea and get them to see the same vision as me and help each other out so that I can win and they can win. So say I do 6 cold calls every day, and that means 3 days I talk to 18 people and can sell 1 out of 18. That means I can make $84K a year, which is basically a 9-to-5 worker's like salary, just starting out, like fresh out of college. And that is amazing, because like I'm actually going to have cash flow, and I will be having money that I can reinvest into business, whether that be leveling up my sales skills, learning sales from courses, or joining programs, to like buying like or being able to position myself in better rooms where I could be meeting up with better builders and being able to sell high ticket that are more high ticket. Do you get what I mean? So that is the vision for now. The reason why I haven't been actively cold calling is, let's just face it, is because I'm scared of rejection. I'm a human being, and rejection is like, it means that you're going to be rejected by a social group, and being rejected by a social group basically from an evolutionary standpoint meant that you weren't going to survive and that you were going to be dead, which is a very harsh thing for a human being, because if you're rejected by a society, it like the brain area in your brain, the area that is activated when that feeling is felt is the same area that activates when you are stabbed by a knife. So you're basically being stabbed by a knife. But I'm willing to go through that, because what I want financial freedom more than anything else, and the cost of staying the same has become too big compared to the cost of actually putting in the hard work and changing for the better. So I will be doing that, and I will be cold calling 5 to 6 local businesses every single day. And my goal would be to acquire 1 client every 3 days. And if I can do that sustainably, then that means that I will be making $84K starting out in the first year. And that is going to bring me much more confidence, and I will be having the skills, and I will basically be learning so much that I will be able to leverage those skills to bigger visions I will have in the future. And so right now, this is me. But in 6 months, I know that myself is going to be totally different. And I'm just going to look back on this video and like think, oh my god, I was so dumb at that time. And that is what I envision to be. I want to be constantly improving and not just like stay the same, because staying the same has also a price to pay, and that is pain. And also moving forward and developing, you also have to pay a price, and that is also painful. So whatever you do in life is painful, so might as well just go for the track that actually brings you something, brings you value, and like that actually gets you closer to your vision. So that is what I promised myself I will do. And right now, the reason why I am also scared of cold calling is also because of rejection. But if you really drill down to the core cause of rejection, is because they don't see you as reliable, and they don't see you as confident. They don't see you as someone that they can actually trust and put money into, and that can win with them together. And the reason why I don't have that confidence is because I don't know enough to be able to be confident enough in front of people. Like, I barely know how AI automations work right now. I've seen like 2 or 3 YouTube videos. I get the idea of how it could save you money, but like I don't really know the core like concepts of it, and like how I could be really selling to those clients at a confident standpoint and give them audits. So what I am going to be focusing on tonight, right now it's 7:51 p.m. I am going to be studying AI automations. Like, I'm not just going to watch like 1 or 2 YouTube videos. I'm going to watch like at least 5 or 6 and actually get a complete understanding of how these work and how I am going to be selling these, and think about what value it can actually bring and what kind of system it is and what it does and everything. And also I think like I've been practicing with Claude with like fake cold calling scenarios, and because it literally points out like when you're cold calling, practice cold calling, like there are moments when like you freeze up and you cannot answer a question. Like, for example, I was cold calling trying to sell AI automations. Claude asks, well, as a business owner, like, I get these calls so much. Like, I've paid, like, other people on it. Like, they never delivered, or, like, this never worked out. How can you guarantee that your product is going to win and your product is going to work out? Like, these questions are very hard to answer, and you need experience to answer that. But practicing with AI, it just opens a bunch of opportunities that allow you to be able to practice and go through these hardships before you actually go through them in person. So what I will be doing for tonight and until like tomorrow noon extensively is I am going to be focusing on actually acquiring the knowledge so that I can make AI audits, and also practicing just fake cold calling scenarios with Claude. And another bad trait of mine is that I constantly, when I feel tired, like I turn to shorts, I doom scroll, and I don't do anything, and it's just like so consuming. My brain feels like it's polluted after that. It's not metaphorical, it actually feels polluted, and I don't want that state of mind. I don't want to be sabotaging my own mind. I want to be in like the best possible situation. So I'm going to have to find a way where when I feel tired of working, studying, or learning new things, I need a way to be able to recover myself, whether that be just lying still, taking a walk. I need to actively work to find those kinds of methods that will help me come back to my initial state. And I will be looking for those kinds of methods actively. And I will be constantly putting myself into states that I am the most optimal for working. And also what I will be doing is, because I am not a believer of working hard, because I have had a period in my life where for a year I have grinded like more than anybody else. Like, that is for sure, because I was at a boarding school. Like, I put in more hours than anybody else. Even the smartest kid, I put in more hours than them. Like, I literally cut down on sleep. I had no friends. I literally studied while eating. I ate very less. It was very stressful. I lost like 17 kilograms, and that part of my life I never want to go back to, but it has given me a lot of lessons. So I need to be working smart, not hard, and just constantly checking on myself if what I'm doing is smart is a very good way to keep staying on track and actually putting an effort into the places that actually need it. So that I also should be doing. So to sum up on what I've been talking about today. So first of all, I'm going to be studying AI automations like at a deep level. I'm not just going to watch surface level 1 or 2 YouTube videos. I'm actually going to watch like 5 or 6 and really study it deeply, and up to the point where I will be able to like just pick a random business and give them a full AI audit. And secondly, I'm going to be practicing cold calling with Claude so I can prepare for unexpected situations, questions I can't quite answer yet, so that when I'm actually speaking to a person, I can be more confident and kind of have an expectation of how